No intro necessary.
None.
You both said none at the same time. Which one of y'all owes which one a Coke? Who's gonna call it?
I'll buy you a Coke, Dave.
Not my Coke.
I got
Probably tastes a lot better in a different cup.
Health.
Well,
Health. The Florida man's water. Zephyr Hills.
Tastes pretty good. I can tell you that right now.
Oh man,
I like
I can only imagine what's in Dave's cup right now. It's 8:30 on the Thursday.
Andrew knows what's in Dave's cup. Andrew got to see Dave sipping on some of that stuff.
Some of that devil's poison. So Dave, what's up, man? We're all back together.
Yeah.
The NextFish crew live in the house.
We're the three best friends that anyone could have, and we're the. Oh, my bad. I thought y'all were gonna.
We could have did it. It was nice. I like that.
No. No.
Dave's like, nah.
We're good. We're good on that, man. No. Just was watching a little bit of the Rays for come on. So rooting for our home team.
Nice.
You know how that is. You know
why don't the Rays get enough love, man?
Well, it's just the owners. The owners, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They want to unload everything, be as cheap as possible, so they can move to Tampa where the money is. And it's sad that you have a team that just won 100 games.
I know.
Barely name a guy on the roster. They got 3 rookie starting pitchers that are going to come out of the gates in the first series. Never seen, like, between all 3 of them was like 30. I think it was 37 freaking starts.
Yeah,
and the majors, oldest guy is 25. I mean, come on, man.
And they're struggling to sell tickets. Man.
Yeah.
Just because I guess it's a part of it. Some people don't want to cross the bridge, but I don't think that's it, man.
And it sucks because they pan around the crowd, and they're not even sold out.
Like,
not even close.
Dude, but shout out to the Rays, man, doing big things.
Yeah, man, big things. Good luck. Champa Bay.
Champa Bay.
Gotta keep that rolling.
I like Champa Bay. That's a cool name. That's a cool name. But what about you, Andrew? What have you been doing? What has Andrew been ordering off of Tackle Warehouse and the depths and the way back and the secret of Tackle Warehouse?
I got one of these things.
So, hey, you know what's funny? Hey, you know who orders in bulk off the Tackle Warehouse because you get a free shirt.
I do.
You get free shirts.
Yeah, right. You hit that.
I'm not gonna lie.
150 or 120.
You hit that number, you get free shirt.
This material is different than a typical Spro Frog, though.
What is it? What is it, like the elastic type of stuff, or?
It's called floating thermoplastic body. So it's thermoplastic, but
Interesting.
Really,
the whole entire frogs with that. Okay,
yeah,
I've yet to order one of those. I think
they got this butt plug. I don't know if I could say that on here, but I don't know what.
So I had 5 colors ordered, and they lost my package in Jacksonville.
Oh my god!
So they had told me that I had to wait 8 days, and so they put my order through again. And this time I only had 1 color show up because the other ones are already out of stock.
Just like that.
I was like, really? That's okay though, because that color was hot. That color was the juice on Okeechobee.
Really?
Yeah, that color was the juice on Okeechobee last year. So I know my boy was going through about roughly a dozen frogs about every 2 to 3 weeks.
Good grief!
That ain't a frog bite. I don't know what is. If you're going through that many frogs,
it's a flipping bite there right now.
That's all I've been told. I seen Tracy out there killing it, dude. Tracy is. I'm jealous. Our
boy Justin Morgan, my tournament partner for the championship Bartow here.
He's been hurting your feelings the last couple of days.
He's been hurting my feelings, man. So he's been pinned up for 2 weeks, and this kid, all right, he's 26 years old. So obviously the kid's out there 300 days a week plus, amped up. 2 weeks of sitting at home quarantine. So he went there. He sore left every fish he could possibly get bit on.
Oh, I bet he did.
Dude. He went to work. He didn't sore lip areas though. That was a good thing. He went through the whole lake and he cracked him. He cracked.
He had a pattern because you were sending me pictures every dude.
No, Justin can get it done, dude. That guy is magical, freaking magical.
I'm looking forward to it.
So I've got a Tackle Warehouse find.
Oh God, guys. For those viewing right now, it's not Tuesday, but would you throw this?
Would you throw this? So forget this first blade.
Yes.
It's just a chatterbait, right?
I mean,
But
I'd
then you
probably
go
throw
in
the
and add an
chatterbait.
upside down blade. So, like, I guess it dives, and I don't know. I don't know what it does. What is it supposed to do? I
You
saw
ordered
it.
it.
and I was
You didn't
like,
read the
that's
description.
interesting enough
Catch
to
idiots
worry
like
about.
you buying it.
Hey,
That's the part of Tackle Warehouse
I'm
where they
bound
only
and
list the item.
determined to catch a
There's
fish
no
on.
picture. You might. You get like a mudfish.
You'll catch
Mudfish will
something
do
on it.
anything.
Hey, look. Just like there's every retard that buys something that looks like that, there's a retarded fish that'll eat something like that.
That's
so
right.
at the end of the day,
I would lean to say there's at least a couple of retarded fish that would eat this.
Oh man, you got to go to those lakes after they shock them when they're a little still dazed, and they might hit that shit. I'm like, oh,
no.
You remember how we're having that tournament between all of us where we pick each other's lures, right?
Oh,
There's strategy behind my maneuver.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder how dusty that package was, Dave. That thing's probably been sitting on Tackle Warehouse shelves for years.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Clean. Pretty clean.
It is pretty clean, pretty fresh.
It comes in
It's a nice Ziploc. I'll give them that.
So it just comes in that Ziploc bag?
Yeah.
You couldn't even put it in a box or nothing?
No boxes.
That's the packaging it came in?
100% right there.
Somebody's pumping them out of their garage.
iVibe? ABT Lures. Don't they make swim baits?
ABT Lures makes a lot of stuff.
Don't they make big swim baits like glide baits and stuff?
I thought
Couldn't tell you on that one.
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you on that one.
I don't know. Now I'm going to check them out. Not for their chatterbaits.
I was going to say, come on, Joe.
Sorry, ABT Lures. I do not like your chatterbaits. I haven't thrown them, but I can.
Before we get too crazy into things, there's an event coming up at the end of the month, Dave, isn't there?
Yeah. And he's with us, I believe.
Yeah,
I
Joe.
believe old Big Joe's with us. I'm Joe,
Big
too.
Joe. Big Joe.
I'm
There's Joe.
Big Joe's in the house.
What's up,
Big Joe? Not little Joe, Big Joe.
Yeah, I'm Little Nick, Joe.
There is $3,000 on the line for this at the end of this month.
Oh,
That's good stuff right there, buddy.
that's Istapoga, and Istapoga bites turning up right now. I know a lot of guys.
They got to get 50 boats in there, which shouldn't be a problem. That's a great area to be around.
Hey, that kind of money, they'll draw 50 plus. They'll get 50 plus for that money.
Easily. You'll probably be closer to 100.
A good test will be the big show next Saturday, the 16th. That'll be a good test to see how many boats are showing up because he's giving a hundo away. And for all the boats that showed up, he had a couple tournaments that broke the 3,000 first place mark. So, he's giving 100% back.
Yeah, the big show is huge down here. And like Dave said, that'll be a little test to see how it's looking this year with everything going on. But I think if anything, like I'm with you, Dave. I think it'll be well over what he needs to.
I think he'll get to 50. I think he'll be right there close to it. He'll get that 50. And I know Joe. If it's one or two spots shy, I'm sure he'll make it still happen. He's wanting to grow something. We've had a discussion Andrew and I have with him, and he's wanting to get this trail, up and running and have some fun with it and make it to where it's not every month, but have something that's different than the rest. And when he does put it on, there's going to be a draw because of the paybacks and things like that. So I think he's got a good thought behind this one. He's going to have an X amount a year, not 10 or 12, type of thing like a lot of these guys are doing. So where it gets a little redundant, he's gonna pick his spots, and I'm excited to see how he does with it, man. I really am. I think it's going to be a good situation.
Nice. Speaking of Joe and our Joe, and then Big Joe's got a little Joe. There's a whole Joe congregation in Sebring, and
that's how we
they've
roll.
Got a shop opening up. They've got all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah, for all you ladies, make sure you wipe down your toilet seats. You might have a Joe.
Golly.
Oh boy, I love it, dude. I love you guys, man. Dude, Dave and Andrew, I got some feedback from a buddy of mine today, and he says he watches the shows, whenever he can. He's actually my lawn guy, and he was saying he missed a Tuesday show, and he said one of the good things about this show is that we're not afraid to laugh at each other, pick at each other, and keep it moving and still be happy. He says this brings him so much joy, and happiness in his day. So,
well, good.
Hey, look, from your buddy who's a lawn man, from an ex-lawn man for 25 years, bro, get out of it. There's better things to do in life than to sweat your balls off.
No, see, the funny thing is he's getting into it, Dave. He's going into it, bud.
Oh,
but
hey,
he's getting out of
stop
something.
a good friend from doing something like that.
No.
But they got good lawnmowers these days.
Believe it or not,
they got ones with like whole cages and air
move.
conditioning.
Oh,
I might have to upgrade him, man. I feel bad for him because it is gonna get hot out here. He
It's
started.
gonna be miserable.
Have you ever seen the lawnmowers with like the cages and the air conditioning in it?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice, but cutting around residentials, you're not going to get around anything. You're going to have a lot of weed eating to do.
With the trees and stuff, you're just knocking people's trees over.
Hey, yeah. At the end of the day, I'll take a little wind in my face.
Did they want their grass cut? At the end of the day, did they want their grass cut or not? Deal with it.
I can deal without a few minutes AC. You knock the lawn out in 20 minutes, buddy, and be back in the AC.
You just got to keep moving. That's the deal. If you don't keep moving, it's going to get real hot on you. Before we get into our topic today, which is going to be mine, Andrew, and Dave's top 3 lures of all time, epicness. We're going to run a quick little visit here with Power Pole. We're going to come back and we're going to get right into it to let y'all know what our top 3 favorite lures are.
You let me see. Things you let me see.
I tried to get back up and I about fell.
I've seen you. We've seen you.
Yeah, he's over there dancing.
You saw him?
We almost got him.
There's nothing more vibe worthy than that song and that whole setup right now. Okay, Powerful did it right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to Powerful.
Always.
So who wants to go first? Who is breaking the ice with their top?
I don't know, Joe. It's your show, man. You tell.
I'll go.
Let's
and
go
let me
one
tell
at a
you.
time. Let's go one
I'll
at
go
a time.
first. We'll circulate. We'll do clockwise, Andrew, or we'll go Dave, Andrew, me, Dave, Andrew, me. All right. So
Dave, Andrew, me. Which way?
Yeah,
is that?
me, Dave, Andrew, me, Dave.
Was it Andrew, me? What? Who now?
Andrew, me, Dave. If you guys messed this up,
wait. You said clockwise, right? So Joe, Andrew, Dave, Dave, Andrew, Joe, or was it Andrew, Dave, Joe?
Joe, Dave, Andrew.
every round we can switch.
Joe, I think I see smoke coming out of your ear.
Starting from Joe, then it'll go to Dave, and then
don't let the little hamster burn that wheel up thinking about it, bud.
I'm out.
You got a lot of tinder. You got a lot of tinder. You can combust.
I'm gonna light up, and then my neck will be exposed again. It's getting months, guys. I gotta
get it exposed with a blue mask.
Oh boy. We're gonna start it off. This little guy right here.
Oh,
not being biased. Obviously, Bass Assassin is a sponsor of mine. Love him to death and love this guy. Once, Dave, I shout you out for this and getting me addicted to this. How many years was I not doing nothing but pumping out 5s and 6s almost every day?
It was a regular thing there for a while, man. Logger toe, dude. It was it was pretty impressive. I remember, we were exchanging because I was getting you the product at first, and I was like, look, you just need to call them at the shop. And they'll get to know you because how many bags you're going through, they'll get to know you in a hurry. So
it's like, hey, I need about 10,000 mystery. So is that cool? She's like, yeah, just email Audra. But let me tell you guys, this logger toad, I'm a topwater guy all day, every day. And I like to move fast. I like to sling stuff far, run it on top, and get an awesome explosive bite, right? This color, St. John Special, you got a little bit of the both, best of both. You got that blue. If you want to switch it around, you got the black on the bottom, but still a little bit of that blue. Good bait fish mimicker. They also got it in Chico's Red Ear, which is another one of my favorite colors.
Great swim jig trailer as well.
I was going to say trailer, amazing. Yep. Also, I have thrown this on a jackhammer too, Dave, and have had some pretty good success. Yeah.
I haven't gone that far yet, but a swim jig. 2 years ago, DJ Green and we made a pile of money putting that on the back of a swim jig.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing about the logger toad for me is like honestly how versatile it is. I've seen people take the middle tail off. I've seen people take the outer legs off and leave the long tail.
You can flip it. Yeah, you could do literally like you said,
do
Andrew,
a lot with it.
You can cut these off, and then you got that deal going on.
So Joe, you hit on a little something there too. I had a punch skirt with that. I pinched the tail off, so I had the legs, and used it punching grass with that, flipping grass with that.
It's a good crawl presentation too, all day long.
Yeah, jig trailer. You could Texas rig it and run it over whatever the heck you want. As a top water, I throw it on a screw lock swim bait hook, whatever one you choose, and I get big, guys. It's very weedless. That's my preferred way to throw it. But there's so many different uses for this this soft plastic, and I always have this on me, whether I'm fishing a bank, a tournament, fun fishing. I don't leave the house without this lure right here, especially this color.
So you put it. What you use the screw lock for years?
Yep.
I like the Mustang grip pins, and then what I'll do is, the little plastic nose cones.
I was going to say.
So I'll pull that spring out and pop off that little piece of plastic tab that's left, so it looks like a little bullet weight.
Right.
And then I'll peg it, and just like you would flipping. Right, yeah, I'll peg it. That's how I like to do it.
When I don't have the screw lock hooks, I like. Because now I will say that I'm glad you mentioned that, Dave. When it's too thick, that's something you want to do. Or what I'll do is I'll throw or like a 1/16 ounce if I do want it to like.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, something to break it up.
Float it down there a little bit, but like you said, that what are they called? They're like
they're plastic nose cones. Yeah, they're plastic nose cones with the screw lock. But I'll pull that spring out of there and just pop it right out. And then if you flex that tab back and forth, it'll pop right off, and you have a little plastic bullet weight at that.
Yeah, with no weight.
That makes a hell of a cone. Yeah, it just helps it come through that cover because it opens that cover for that body to slide through there.
That's pretty cool. That's a good tip right there. Yeah.
Guys, definitely get you at least a pack and then try them out and try in any way, shape, or form you like, and you'll have a good time with these things for sure. This is definitely, I would say, my number one lure that I never leave home without. All day long, I could do so much with it and make it happen.
Especially now, man. You're coming into prime for the next 4 months, 5 months.
They're pushing up. Boy, I got to get me some white ones. I got to get some snowstorms.
I'm an all black guy, man. I like that all black, dude. I've had the best of luck.
Frog, dude. I'm a sucker for
I've had the best of luck. That and bullfrog. Bullfrog is that green pumpkin with the red glitter and the white belly. That's the other one that
is a sleeper, man. That's a beautiful lure. But I'm with you, Dave. I don't keep it. I keep it very simple. I keep a black and blue of all pure bright white, and then something into that green pumpkin, watermelon red.
You have to have that natural. Yeah, I feel you have to have that natural breakup at times too.
And that bullfrog has one of the you technically got a black lure right there, and then you got that bright blue. Same thing with that bullfrog. You got a little bit of a wider belly, but still some of that.
And you have that green pumpkin red glitter on the other side. Yep.
Or you can flip that sucker around, and this is if you're running it on top, guys. I'm talking specifically. You can flip it around, and you got your little watermelon pumpkin presentation there too. But logger toads all day long, and I catch 4 or 5 fish on one. So So I mean, but Dave, I tore them up, and I still do. On the logger toad, I don't.
Great bait, man. It's a great bait.
Yeah.
I just wish we had more grass here in Florida to throw it.
I know. Dang it. They started killing my grass right when I got hot, Dave. And what am I going to do? Just find the grass and still do it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So your turn, Dave. What do you have, Dave?
So look, I'm just going to come out the gate with number one, just like you, Joe. I'm a guy.
Number one first. I got
I'm a guy. Look, at the end of the day, man, I'm a power fisherman. I'm a finesse fisherman. I can do it all. Fluorocarbon, braid, it doesn't matter. But, man, every time I'm out on the water, does not matter. I don't care where it's at. Even if I got fluorocarbon that's in the boat somewhere, is a jig. I don't care if it's a flipping jig. I don't care if it's a swimming jig. Number one, period, jig. Always a jig. I will have a flipping jig certain times a year. But there is always a swim jig sitting at my feet at the end of the day. No doubt about it. Black and blue, white, kind of a shad pattern. Sometimes I'll get into the green pumpkin, like a Houdini color or a green pumpkin with the chartreuse in it.
Right.
But those are certain applications, certain times of year. Watercolor is a big thing with that.
Right.
But, you know, the three main colors I like to throw: black and blue, Houdini, and then the white. You know, and that's one of those colors will always eat. And for myself, black and blue is always tied on. And then I try to find that neutral color, whether it be white or that green pumpkin, you know, the Houdini color that they want. You know, it's one of those two colors. You know, but I'll have, like I said, I'll have it. I don't care if it's a fluorocarbon. You know, obviously, if I'm fishing offshore, you know, at Placid or June or something like that, you know, I'm not going to have that swim jig. It's no point. But
Right.
you know, when I go to Okeechobee, when I go to Placid or Poga, I go up there to Kissimmee, Toho. There's always a swim jig, and if it's a flip and bite bluegill time of year, and just coming out of it now, there was a good jig bite. This late summer was a really good jig bite. Early fall
It was definitely on.
That's my number one, man. And at the end of the day, when I'm around shad, I use a creature style, like a skunk ape, little skunk ape, something with a shad shape to it. And then the rest of the time it's a craw, and it just depends on how aggressive the fish are. If I have something with not so violent of a kick, whether it be a pure craw, it's pretty subtle, or I have a, mega daddy, something that's really super aggressive on the back of it, kind of a thing. Big, hey, to my boy Trent.
There he is.
Good people right there, man. That's good people. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, my number one go-to is a jig, period. Swim jig, flipping jig. I will always have that at my feet.
That it's crazy. That's not in my top three, Dave.
It's definitely not in my top
three. It's definitely in my top five, and my PB has came on a black and blue swim jig.
At the end of the day, quality fish. If you're fishing tournament, quality fish is what you key. That's what you key in on. Try to find quality.
Big fish.
You get in those areas to catch 2-pounders. You put that jig on, all of a sudden you start seeing those 4 and 5 pounders. Mm-hmm. So that's another good reason why I will always have that sitting by me, because a jig is a big fish bait. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I've caught a lot of big fish on swim jigs. Again,
I've had days over 20 bites. I've had days where I've had 2 bites. But you will have a shot.
2 bites are good bites, and that's pretty cool. Hit the nail on the head. That's a big fish bait right there for sure.
No, I struggle all day long with it. I've not gotten confidence in larger profile baits. Not yet. It's something I definitely want to work on throughout.
And I'll put a full size dye dapper on the back of it, 5-inch dye dapper.
Yeah.
Certain times when those fish get to eating, man, they have no problem eating that big joker either, dude.
No.
It boggled my mind. It boggled my mind. I was out filming with Bailey, right? And we were over on like
Harris, wasn't it?
It was Lake Yale, I think. It's part of the Harris chain.
Oh yeah, you should have been able to get him.
Freaking, he's taking his swim jig, literally just burning it across the top of the pads, not even letting it in the water, and had like blow up after blow up go on. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what on earth is going on?
That's a method too. Or you can go complete opposite. I caught my big one dragging a sandy ledge.
Really?
From 5 to 7, I was dragging a sandy ledge, and she sucked it up, boy.
Oh yeah, big fish.
Now that is something I know about jigs is I've caught fish on jigs, and when you catch a good fish on a jig, you will feel it hit the back of their throat.
You feel one thump and a pull.
It's a thump, and it just kept riding, dude. I just pretty much bowed up on it real quick, and it was on. When a big fish eats a jig, it is 8, man. There's no. Yeah. Is it pecking? Is it back? No, it's like
it wants it. It wants.
Yeah, it's just drill, hit them hard. But what you got, Andrew? What's your number one, bud?
So my number one is a lure that I used to fish a lot.
All right,
a lot, and I've slowed down because my supply is very limited, and it's something that
I knew it.
Yeah. So my dad made these prop bait, and the cool thing about this is it's basically tuned to where when You pull it through the water, it flashes the side of the side of the body. You know what I mean? And
that bottom is right.
Oh, dude, I've seen him just wreck them, like absolutely wreck them all over the place.
Well, I'll tell you what, have that in a spotted 8.
He's almost got it. Dude, look at Andrew. He's like, don't play with me.
No, dude. But
hey,
yeah, no, I would have to say this is my number one, and I've caught fish up to about 4 pounds personally on it.
Nice.
No monsters or anything like that, but respectable. And
but
then,
you haven't thrown it like religiously. Have a shot at a monster either.
Mm-mm. And I mean, I've been in the boat with my dad where he's pulled in a 9-pounder. There was one where it was just over 8. But yeah, no, 2 out of 3 of mine are top water. I'm a top water sucker. I will sit there and watch top water all over the place.
That's the way my boy Trent is, man. He'll throw a top water for a redfish all day, dude. Just getting after it.
I'm with you, bud.
I'm getting after it.
There's a reason that one of those. Yeah. No,
but you know who we should get that to is old Brian Dave and have him do a custom paint job on there. He can do a spotted 8 for you, Andrew.
Oh yeah,
bodies.
A nice spotted 8, dude. I got them for not right now. They're not ready.
I think that bluegill in that, or some kind of a shad in that, would be like the bluegill.
I've got a silver side with a black back, so I've got a nice black shad style body, and it's a really nice flashy silver.
Yeah,
it's good. I'll find it. I've got them in a box, and they're all the way at the bottom of everything.
I would pay a lot of money for
that's definitely
a black back chrome.
I will.
Gold for me.
Yeah, I'm excited for that lure, but I'm definitely, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
What you got, Joe? What's your number 2?
What is it, Joe?
I'm going to go with my number 2 here. I've caught a ton of fish, a ton of different species, from fresh to salt. And yes, even salt with this lure, because they do have saltwater versions. And I'm going to go take it back away from topwater real quick because my third one is topwater. But this specific jerkbait, a Megabass Ito 110, Megabass Japan, dude, it just straight up gets bit. I
tried to get some to go up there to Seminole with, and they didn't have none.
Good luck. I'm gonna say I have like 5. Like that's all I got left. I'd
have bought the crap out of them, but they're out of all the shad patterns, and I'm like, I don't need the other ones. I need a shad pattern.
And this is a new color, Dave. I'll send you the link where I got this one. I don't know if they still have them, but this is the closest thing to shad I could find right now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, this is a Chartreuse Shad.
I got me a couple luckies coming. That's my favorite color too. Yeah.
Dude, they got a new Lucky Craft. I'll send you that too. It's sexy, dude.
Yeah.
What is that called, Joe?
This color?
No, the lure.
E2.
It's a Ito 110, a Megabass Vision 110.
Okay.
Now here's the deal with the 110. They have this weight transfer system that makes it cast flawlessly in the wind.
Yeah.
Cannot beat
it. I know a guy that has one of those too.
I bet you do. No, but these are amazing, guys. I've caught peacock, obviously largemouth bass. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Crooked Lake.
Yeah.
So like this is it, the Ito Shiner?
Yes, sir.
No. That is not it. This is the Ito Vision 110. That is an Ito Shiner. The Ito Shiner is a little bit bigger. It just doesn't catch them like the 110 for some reason. Now look at here. Now they got the 110 juniors, which are a little bit smaller size if you're trying to downsize a little bit. Yeah. They have them in +1 and +2s and +3s if you need to fish really deep and get a jerkbait presentation down in like say 15 feet of water if you want to do that. But each jerkbait that Megabass has its own specific characteristic. But just look through them and you'll find the ones. But I'm telling you, if you want to get bit, especially right now with all the bait fish coming up shallow, this is what I'll be throwing.
So what is the difference between that one and this one?
Whole bunch. The way
Ito.
That's just the name. I forgot the guy's name. Last name is Ito, the professional bass angler in Japan. He comes over here and kills it too. But he designs them. There's the 110, there's the 110 junior, which is a smaller size, and then there's like +1s. It'll have a bigger lip and it'll get you down a little bit deeper. You can even go to +2, +3s, and then you got like there's just so many different ones. There's like a slap shad. It's just crazy. But right now the shad patterns are almost impossible to get. Obviously, for good reason. It's shad are starting to be everywhere, and everybody wants to catch fish on it. But watch the hooks. Make sure you have the right setup for these. They're very light wire hooks. They're very sharp and sticky hooks, but they're very light wire, so you don't want to overpower this lure.
Almost.
Yeah, I thought I'd get risky with it. And I throw it in pad lanes. I throw it everywhere and just get ate up. I throw it where a lot of guys won't throw it, and I think that's why I have great success with it. But I throw it on 10-pound fluoro on that little spinning rod, Dave. And get it done. You know what I mean? And I could switch out to a little Ned rig, a little heavier Ned rig, and if I need to on the fly. But good for schooling bass too. If you find schools of them and you want to catch a limit real quick, they'll get it done. But good luck finding shad patterns right now.
Yeah,
another one of my favorite colors. Dave, were you looking at the threadfin shad?
So I was looking at the Chartreuse Shad, and then I did look at the threadfin, but there was another shad one too that was not your typical sexy shad color. It was I want to say it was like a Tennessee shad or something like that.
Yeah, but it has like a little orange in it. That one is sexy, dude. And there's another one I want to say it's like midnight dark blackback shad or something like that.
Stardust Shad looks pretty bad.
Stardust is what it was, Andrew. That's a really good color, guys. Year round Stardust. If you're looking for one,
it was hot.
If there's Stardust, bud, you might want to try to get one of them. But I'll send you the link where I got this one, and then I think there's still some available, like right there, dude. That's what you kind of want.
Yeah.
That Stardust 110 right there. That one's good. There's Sexy French Pearl.
I like that one right there. They were out of that one too.
There's 2 available.
There's like it's just so crazy how many colors there are of this.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about some of these is like this is what is that the one? No. There's like a midnight black shad or something. But their colors
has a black back on it, and
you know what I'm talking about. It's darker.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. I tried to get it.
Good luck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good luck finding them, guys. If you do find them, and at least get one, because you're gonna want to have some of these in your tackle box this upcoming fall. I definitely
no, it's got too much pink in it.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
Dude, I got no idea what I'm looking at. Table Rock, I know where that's at.
Yeah, I mean, you can get crazy with them. I had a really flashy red one when I went down for peacocks to imitate like a jewel cichlid. I did very well with that one. They also have a saltwater line of these too. So if you guys want to jerk around in saltwater, you can get that done too. But
I'd hate to see $20 get bit off by a mackerel.
Oh my God, I know.
I'd be mad.
What do you do, right? It just kind of happens.
Heck
and it's over. Then it's over.
Heck yeah.
Like really.
The GP Pro Blue's nice too. It's just not shady enough. It's just not a Florida color, you know?
No. Yeah, that's it. It's not a Florida color.
Yeah, but it's a very, very nice color. I think for you guys up north or out west, it might do pretty good for you guys.
Yep.
Anybody watching.
Blue back.
Dude, we could talk all days about these.
No. So, Dave, what you got next?
Man, so I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to catch 11 fish over 10 pounds.
There
My PG 11.9.
I knew it was in there.
You know, end of the day, dude, 9 of those fish have come on the old
spinner
War Eagle spinnerbait, man.
Now, what do you do anything unique, or is it just a cast and retrieve? Does it depend on the scenario?
It depends on the scenario.
Like, is there one scenario that stuck out and caught you more
like
fish?
That one right there, it's got the old lead shiner on there because that was getting thrown around lily pads. No trailer hook because the trailer hook catches the pads, 20-pound fluorocarbon. But I will throw it in 20 and 30 foot of water as well. I get a 3/4 ounce, 12-pound test. There's nothing out there to break you off. So it gets down to the bottom. I have caught some giants on Lake June. I've caught some giants on Placid. It is a go-to bait for me. It is a year-round bait for me. And it's another one of those baits that I always have tied on, always sitting on the deck.
Really?
It catches fish year round. Period. Doesn't matter. Cold fronts, cold fronts, bait, shad. I mean, the females are moving up.
Oh yeah.
So those on boat lanes, boat cuts. Anywhere around the area they're going to be spawning in. And when we had hydrilla, pepper grass, I mean, it's a bait that catches a pile of fish, and it catches a lot of big fish as well. So that to me is my number 2. I have done a lot of damage and made a lot of money on that bait.
And Dave, it's funny you say that. Any condition, any weather.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody thinks spinnerbait, right? They're like, okay, there's got to be a little overcast and a little bit of wind. But I've caught it on slick, calm.
I've caught them on slick, calm, but wind does help. Overcast does help. Those things all do help.
Yeah.
In the wintertime.
What about that situation helps the spinnerbait produce over another lure in that?
Just breaks the water up. It breaks the water up. There's not a lot of light, so it kind of.
A lot of refraction.
The way it sets up, with the low light conditions and stuff like that, it's
beautiful.
Tough to beat, man. But the wind breaks up the water, so it's not as aggressive. I mean, it's aggressive, but not too loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the wind causes a little bit of noise in that blade. It just balances out perfect.
Yeah.
But
and you change your blades, depending on. I mean, like willow leaf year round for me, and there's times where I'll get shallow, go to a 3/8 ounce, put a Indiana, Colorado style blade on there, do a tandem like that.
Indiana is like in between Colorado and willow, isn't it? It's like a short.
It's a slower retrieve, much slower retrieve.
It's a tuna can willow.
Yeah.
It's tuna can of willows. Okay.
Yeah. So no, it just creates a slower retrieve. You can't go wrong. Catch fish year round with it. Everywhere, every lake you go to. If I had one bait, you give me one bait to go to every lake in the country, I'm gonna have a spinnerbait. It will catch fish every body of water. Period. Doesn't matter.
Really, you're that confident with it?
Doesn't matter. I will catch fish every body of water there is. That is a fact.
That's wild. That's bold. That's bold. I like it. I like it a lot.
You look at it. I mean, look at every guy on tour has them on the deck. It doesn't matter where they're fishing up north. In the lakes up north.
Yeah,
they all have blades on.
Yeah,
blades on. Yeah, all the Tennessee River system, they got blades on. Gunnersville, they got blades on. Florida, they all got blades in Florida. That's a staple.
That's wild.
No, those spinnerbaits, man, I kind of got into throwing them this year and really figuring them out, like when to throw them, why to throw them, what makes them successful baits, right? And man, I've had a great success with them, Dave. And now, do you just stick with the basic white, same principle? Like maybe like me, I do white and then
white's my go-to. Yeah, white's my go-to. I very rarely change out of it. I'll get something that has a little chartreuse in the skirt.
Yes.
I do have a custom shirt that I've made, or a custom skirt that I've made that has gold in it. Nice. More of a shiner color to it. At the end of the day, a mouse color on certain bodies of water, clean clear water. That mouse color for me, I've had better luck. It just breaks up a little bit more. It's not as bright and pronounced.
Right.
Obviously, the blades are flashing; they're bright, but that skirt color is really.
With the key in.
You get the nickel gold, you get those colors right there. You get your skirt color right. And then it's just a time of year when you change up your blades, where faster retrieve, or if you want to go deeper, you put a willow leaf on because, it doesn't have that resistance. But, if you go shallower, it's going to sink more, where if you put a Colorado on, it's going to stay up in the water column, where you want it. So it's just years of experience in chasing them. You'll figure it out and what's comfortable for you. But War Eagle's been a great bait for me lately.
Yeah, I've dabbled in a few other brands.
I have too, but
I keep coming back to War Eagle, man. I can't beat it.
I think
15 years, man. I've gone right back to War Eagle.
Well,
and I'll grab one to try it.
War Eagle stands out because the wire. It adds a lot of wobble to the wire.
Vibration. It's a vibration in the wire. That's the key part.
yeah, it's like very, very tight.
You can't have a small wire and have it be strong. There's a give and take. You have to know your spinner baits and your equipment. You know, you have to use the right line. You have to have the drag set. You got to know how much heat you can put on them. You got to keep an eye on your wire. You start seeing, like for a War Eagle, it's, you know, gold. So if you start seeing it turn black where the line tie is, that's a practice. That's a practice spinner bait.
It's
Crack
over.
a new one.
Yeah.
Crack a new one, because that might only have one, might have five. You know, you don't know. But
it ain't worth the money you might
lose. It ain't gonna be long.
No, I mean, I hate to quit. I'm sorry, keep harping on Megabass, but I found one with them. It's the Megabass SV3.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's a little bit smaller. So if you need to downsize a little bit, and I've had good success on that one, but that War Eagle day in and day out is
hard to beat, man.
A great starting point and a great stopping point. Like that'll get
fish, it's a big fish catching. It's a big fish catcher. You know, small fish eat it, big fish eat it, but definitely the big. I've caught 9 over 10 on it. So
there you go. There you go, guys. If you want to catch some big fish, get you a War Eagle. Quit playing, especially right now. It's fall. It's spinnerbait season. It's going to get choppy. It's going to be overcast. Throw it.
Oh yeah, fronts are coming.
Oh yeah. What you got, Andrew? What's your number 2, bud?
We've got something that's like very new to me. And it's so new to me that I don't know how long I've had this, maybe a couple months.
I already know where you're going.
But it's quickly become my favorite bait to have tied on. And it's this combination. Like, there's something about it. And I don't know what it is. Dave, you know.
Oh, I know.
But the split-tail shad on this willow vibe. And then you take the willow vibe, it comes straight, you bend it a little bit, give it a little bit of a planing action. I am a sucker, 100% for this bait.
My color.
100% for this bait. I've hooked snook, haven't caught it. You know,
that's right. You did hook snook that one night, didn't you?
Yeah, on this. And I'm telling you, like, I feel so confident with this style because I treat it as a search bait rather than anything else.
That's what it's. Yeah, that's what it's for.
You know what I mean? And I'm a sucker. I wouldn't call myself a power fisherman, but I can't stand sitting still that long. So like, you know, talking about prop baits and you know, devil's horses, things like that, you got to have a lot of patience with that. It's a totally different style of fishing. And I'm just a sucker for action. That's why I like topwater walking things versus anything else. But with this bait, man, I'm a sucker for it, dude. I will throw it everywhere. I'll throw it against everything. And we went out with the Watts brothers.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. Freaking Brian looked at me. He was like, yeah, you might catch something. Dude, I put on a freaking clinic.
He was whacking him. Yeah,
man.
Hell, he had, I think the first fish was like 4 pounds.
Oh my God, dude, that's solid, man.
Oh yeah, he was whacking him good.
It was really good fish.
I had I don't know how many 2s and 3s, plenty of freaking 1s, and then a 4 and a 5. And they all came on this. All came on this.
Dude, that split tail shad, it is the perfect bait fish imitator, whatever you want to call it. Like, hold it up one more time, Andrew.
There's something about this, like, so obviously it's got a lot of action in the tail, right?
Yeah, look at that.
But this blade, if you can see it, that's why they call it a willow vibe, because it's very, I mean, it's just a willow.
Not aggressive. It's more subtle.
It's not aggressive, but it is at the same time. It is so violently quick.
But if you look at the bait fish when they come by, the tails ain't like this. They're
it's like the quickest, most violent quiver I've ever experienced in a lure.
That's a bait fish. That's a bait fish. I mean, they're low quivers as they big, man. They're not big tail kicks.
No, man. And I've thrown vapor shad on this head before, but I feel like it's just slightly too big of a profile for this. If they made it a little bit larger, it'd probably work really well. But
the half ounce that I got will be perfect then.
Oh,
because I'm taking that to Seminole. I've got them for Seminole.
So they have a half ounce.
I've got the willows. I've got the black. I've got the nickel, and I've got the gold. I've got 4 of them.
Andrew is about to buy them right now. Look at him.
Where's
this says I'm about to buy a face.
You didn't see no Willow Vibe half ounce?
Okay. Got it in my box, in my Seminole box.
That's right. Don't question, Dave. What's wrong with you?
Look at him.
No, I know it came from Tackle
It's got a
Warehouse.
4-out. It's got a 4-out hook in them.
No way. Does it really?
Yeah, and they come with a 5-out too. I'm like, dang. Oh yeah.
I throw a vape shad on that and go
You
to
ain't
work.
talking about no Willow Vibe. You're talking about the other one.
What's he talking about? What's he talking about? Oh, the eye shad, or what is it called? Big eye shad or something?
You're talking about this thing right here. These.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I
ain't no
would
Willow
definitely-
Vibe. Get you.
I would
I got
definitely.
Willow Vibes too. I got four different ones.
See, I've got that green pumpkin right there.
Yep.
See, now I would definitely put a vapor shad on that one.
Yeah, no, it's big enough. It's big enough.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
100%.
That's what I'm gonna be putting on there is a Ghost Shad, Vapor Shad.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Mhm.
No,
Now those split tail shad do make really good vibrating, your favorite vibrating jig. They make an awesome trailer on those.
I mean, point blank right here. That's what this is. Vibrating jig trailer, 100%. Like
On the back of a
it's the
jackhammer,
quiver in the tail, man. Like there's something about that.
it's soft, man, and the tail's vertical. A lot of your bait fish pattern stuff like that don't come vertical. And if they do, it's almost impossible to get them to run true and stay straight up and down. Split tail shad does not have that problem, no matter what you throw it on. As long as
You got a
bring
really
it
nice
straight.
belly, keel to it, so it's gonna stay. The tail
I mean,
stays.
look at that.
It's just
Look at that.
nice.
That's how it swims, guys. Vertical tail, right? Like a real bait fish.
Oh yeah.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. But I'm taking it back to top water now, guys, because I went back and forth on this one, but it's definitely my number 3. And Dave already knows I RIP to the Smurf rod. I got a rod for him, but this specific make and model of a popper is a Lobina Lures Rio Rico. Gets it done for me.
The Rico. I've heard a lot of good things about Rico. A lot of Texas boys like the Rico.
Yeah, California guys like them too.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the Yellow Magics?
Mm-mm.
They're
I'm old school. Zell rolling.
yes, dude, those freaking work too, man.
Oh, I know they do.
I was actually looking at one, but I was looking at all my poppers, and I'm like, which one do I have the most success on? And it's this one. Look how beat up it is. It's just tore up. But
Dude,
and then I got the tornado trebles. Shout out to Vector Hooks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They do come with great hooks, but not as good as the tornadoes. Look at there.
Dang.
But dude, there's a way and there's a method to the madness of this. Andrew, you said you know like the prop baits.
Yep.
And it's more of like and letting it sit for X amount of time.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's the same.
Whether it be a long time, a short time, you got to find that out based on how your fish are acting. This is more than just a pop and sit, right? What I do is I'll throw it on like 17-pound mono.
Okay.
And walk it and just skitter it almost across the top. Sometimes I even go 20 because I want that float, right? I want to keep this thing floating.
Yeah.
I don't want it
I have
diving.
that.
Right. But right now I have it on braid because I'm doing it. It was so freaking hot. Had to really slow down, just pop and let it sit, and just kind of chill. But when I do that and I throw it around a heavy cover, I go straight braid. But I'll throw it on like 20-pound mono and get this thing a moving, dude. Like right now, I have some shad colors. Citrus shad, American bleeding shad is beautiful. I have that one ready to go this fall, and it gets bit. I work them fast. Do not be afraid to work this specific popper very fast. They're a little bit expensive. They're about $30, but yeah.
Yep, Zell rolling for me.
That being said, you cannot go wrong. What's the number? Is it a P?
What color is that one?
This one's something bluegill.
And what is the difference between the Rio and the regular?
Rio Rico, this one is the bigger one.
Okay.
And then there's a Rico that's a little bit smaller when you need to downsize, which might be right now. I have both. When I buy a color of these, I get the big one, the Rio Rico, and then the Rico, just to have both on the boat. And it does make a difference. And this one is extremely loud. I've caught fish off tree piles in 15 foot of water with this lure.
Dang, man.
Yeah, they'll come right up for it. It's I don't know if you can hear it good, but
Oh, we hear it clear.
I hear it. Tired of it already.
Wow.
Jeez.
and screw you. No, the regular Rico is smaller, less intrusive.
Right.
I whip that one out when I'm going down a creek or something like that, or kind of trying to get real accurate with it. That's where that 610 came into play for me, Dave. I was getting real accurate with it, you know, short little cast, maybe
short cast. You don't need to do much. You get the same action out of it. You know,
Yep.
a better
Floating
action
that
out of
boat.
your bait. You know,
Yep.
stuff like that. Yep.
But yeah, dude, you can't go wrong with the popper. Again, the Ricos, you can walk really good. They're a bit expensive. If you guys want a more non-expensive, a Rebel Popper.
Rebel poppers, the Rebel poppers,
dude. Whatever you guys do, please, for the love of Jesus, I don't even care if you go to Vector Hooks, but I suggest Vector Hooks. Switch the hooks out on the Rebel Poppers. They will bend out on you.
Yes, they will.
They will bend.
Yeah, so get you some Vector Tornadoes. They're very sharp, very strong, and they get the job done. And the smaller ones, like the size 8s, would probably work great on the smaller Poppers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you could do the same thing with a Popper. The cup of the mouth is very similar, way less expensive. You can walk into any bait type shop, and they should have Poppers on the shelf. If they don't, please run, because it's like the classic popper. And if they don't have Poppers there, they mess them up.
Dang it, man.
Damn, I just called out a lot of bait shops that don't have Poppers.
You're getting sleepy. Look, anything.
Is that two stoppers on it?
That is
anything. State of Florida. This one just so happens. This one just so happens to have a skunk ape on it, because this was what I was using the last tournament when I missed a 6 and a 4 pounder. Got him to the boat and come on, button on me.
You sure you weren't just trying to live vicariously through justice?
That being said, guys,
I spat water everywhere.
That being said,
just channeling your
anything that goes on a flat out tungsten flipping weight, right there, your flat out tungsten. Okay. And anything that buttons up to a big, nasty, gnarly flipping hook, period. If it's a craw, if it's a Cinco, if it's my last tournament creature bait,
fat job, anything.
I am a fan. That is my number 3. Anything flipping, period. It is a rush. It is, you never know what you're going to get. If you're punching mats, if you're punching pads, if you're punching, flipping pads, flipping buggy whips, flipping cattails, any of that kind of good stuff. Doesn't matter what plastic, but that technique, period, is my number 3. And on top of that, got to have
the juice,
the bang. Everything I flip, everything I cast, chuck, and wind.
Got the juice.
I got the juice. I like the garlic. Usually around the time the bluegill just start coming off the bed. I like the shad late summer into the fall. And then I go to the annies when they start bedding. And I'll fish the annies usually up till about first of spring and kind of into the bluegill season. And then I'll make my transition over to the garlic.
Yeah.
I just feel that I get better bites with the annies in the winter than I do the garlic. And then garlic, you can go year round with the garlic. But that being said, if you are not hitting your baits with anything, you're taking a step backwards.
And like you said, Dave, because anglers like yourself are, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Bailey is banging every time. Me and my buddy fished a little tournament on Placid. We went a different route. Obviously, a lot of guys go out deep on Placid, right? We went shallow, wacky rigging.
DJ's been going shallow there too, and he's been doing damn good.
You can still do good on Placid shallow. It just doesn't get touched as much, so you got a little bit better shot at getting some bites. But without the bang, I don't know where he went. Without that bang juice, we were not getting bit. And I made a believer out of old Caleb. No,
bang's where it's at, man. I mean, at the end of the day, bang is where it's at, because if you don't have some kind of scent, you're not going to get the bites. I mean, you're still going to catch a fish here and there. You're still going to have good days. But I cannot tell you how important it is to put scent on your baits when you're flipping.
Yeah,
I like to use them. I like to use them on all my moving baits as well. But at the end of the day, if you're not putting it on your flipping baits, I don't care if you're a believer in somebody else's scent. I'm with Bass Assassin. Bang has made me a believer. And last year was a perfect example. I fished with one of the best mat fishermen I know, and he barely caught a fish until he started banging. I was catching them left and right.
Got to bang.
So he started banging and he started catching.
He started banging and he started catching. No, that bang made a difference for us that day.
Huge difference.
I believe it got Bailey into some money on that one tournament.
Oh yeah, it got him into some money and also
from like 75th to like 13th or something.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing when you apply the scent and everything like that to your baits when you're fishing slow. I
was going to say, yeah,
fishing slow. If you have it, you have a better shot at a fish coming to it.
Right. It just activates a whole that one other sense, a little bit more than the next guy. And when you're fishing amongst 150 awesome fishermen,
any little advantage helps.
Every little advantage helps. And dude, I experimented with the bang a long time ago, just on my curly tail worms, my bigger ones.
Yeah. And
started like, oh, this stuff kind of works. And that's another thing that's kind of always in my bag now too, Now here's the difference. So like you said, almost every soft plastic you want to throw it in. What do we got going on here? There he is.
Dude, I had technical difficulties. My bad.
If it's moving fast, sometimes I don't.
Well, and here's the advantage. So here's the difference in a moving bait and flipping. Okay, so flipping, obviously, it's going to be sitting there in their face, or they'll hit it on entry, things like that. But the key component to a moving and the flipping when you use a scent is when that fish grabs that bait, it's going to taste the scent that you have on there. It's also going to use its senses. The smell will also smell the scent that you have on there. So when that fish comes up to short strike that, if he does short strike it, he's going to get a taste of what he wants, and he'll get a good hold of it. Yeah. So he will hang on to your bait a lot longer, which will give you a better hookup, which will give you, more catch, just all the way across the board. And even like you, Joe, moving a bait like a toad that's really fast across the surface, well, they blow it up. Right. They'll get a good hold of it, and they'll eat it, not just hang on to it.
Right.
So that's where that scent comes into play when you start using it.
Gotcha. So I'm going to start being a little bit more attentive to that and literally spray it on everything. Dave, I don't know if you ever done this, but I've sprayed it on my popper.
Oh, I use it on hard baits all the time. I'll be putting the shad. I'll be putting the shad on my hard stuff. I'll be putting it on my chatterbaits.
Okay, cool. I didn't know I was the only one who did that.
No. And what I like to do too, what I like to do, I don't know if I got anything up here. I don't. But what I like to do is I'll take the bag and just open the bag. Like if I know I'm flipping that, and just hit it in the bag and then rub it together and get it out of the bag so that I'm not having to spend time, where'd that can go and hitting it and stuff like that. So I usually hit my bags.
Yeah. All of my, it's funny you say that, like my tap outs, on the shaky head, and every one of those gets hit with garlic,
They hit it, they don't let it go. I never use scent when I pre-fish just for that reason.
Do you think that bass like spaghetti?
What? Spaghetti?
They'll eat spaghetti.
I they want like some garlic knots.
Maybe garlic knots. That's a good one.
Some Papa John's garlic butter on there.
Breadsticks, maybe.
Listen, that garlic stuff is strong. It's strong. The shad is
Dave
strong.
knows about it. It's potent.
So we fished a tournament first of the year, February. We're at Arbuckle. So we're fishing closer to No Name. They are fishing up there by Arbuckle itself. Okay, 400 yards away.
This is a distance.
Wind was blowing 25 out of the east, and they would hit their baits. And we literally 400 yards away started getting the munchies, dude. All we thought about was Olive Garden bread. All we could smell was garlic. DJ and I were like, damn, man, that smells good, dude. I want some Olive Garden right now.
Dude, it is so
That's bad, dude. Because now when people are fishing against you, they're just going to be spraying it. Watching you catch fish and just start spraying it. Let's throw them off, guys. Just spray it.
Oh, yeah. No, the licorice, the shad smells like, or Annie's and the shad smell like licorice. And
dude, it's a strong scent. That thing is
the
strong.
The only one I will not carry in my boat, I had one can of it, and that was the Pure Craw.
Oh,
ooh.
Dude, that one smells like booty juice. That one is bad.
That smells like seafood that has been sitting out in the hot Florida sun for a week. That is nasty. And you want to hear the best part? You want to hear the best part? I had some nice bibs from Bass Pro Shops and a jacket. I had the 100-mile-an-hour suit.
Oh, the Gore-Tex or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, the Gore-Tex. And, dude, something, I think it was my measuring board came down and it hit, we're in rough water, hit my cap. And when it hit my cap, it took the end of it off. And so when I opened up my locker, the whole can went off in my rain gear. Oh yeah. I went to throw it in the washer and thank God for Logger. Logger said, do not use that in your washer because it's oil. So it would have just been it would have been in the washer for all our clothes.
Oh my God.
My wife would have killed me. Woo-hoo.
You've been done.
I ended up throwing it away. I threw it away. It was the most rank stuff. Craw is nasty anyways.
Yeah.
Them things stink.
It's putrid. It should be called putrid craw. That is bad.
That's the only one I will not spray.
You can get away with the garlic, guys. Trust me. And if you need some garlic on your spaghetti, you just whip that thing out too and spray it on there. You'll be all right.
That's fine with Annie's too when the spawning season.
Andrew, are you on your third and final?
I am on my third and final.
How are we going to end it? Please be something cool. Spook.
I will live and die by this lore. Just in the hopes that I see something well up behind it.
Just in hopes. It should.
Dude, I'm serious. Now, of course, I switch out these hooks. These are the vectors, and then I've got a custom tie by Kevin King.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin with the stick ties.
Kevin's got some nice looking stuff. I was shooting some options over to him couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Shooting a few options over to Kevin. So we're trying to get that shad dialed in.
Yeah. So let me know when it does because I'll be hitting them up myself.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got this, and then obviously you have the traditional spook, and then they even have a bigger spook. But this is my favorite size. I feel like it's a confidence thing, but I will throw the larger spook a lot too.
But Andrew, did you get your little one like I did?
The boyo.
My man.
I'm late to the game. I've been on the fence. Should I get
dude,
one?
That joker's as big around as your thumb.
Dude, that thing is thick.
It's 3 inches and big around as your it's the same size almost in body as the one he's got in his other hand.
Dude, the head on
it just about 100%. Yeah,
it's about dialed in 100%.
The taper on the back, I'm sure, is what gives it its ability to walk.
I'm telling you right now, dude, that is going to be a cold water when it gets cold front. Ooh, just twitch. And
that's what we would do. We would go to the flats in January, February, especially January, and just walk all day long. I've got a buddy
right there. That right there. I'm looking for cold. I'm looking for shad. When that little shad.
Yep. And I want that little mist coming off the water.
Oh, dude. It's just so epic. And then the rod you got me, right?
Yeah.
NextFish with
that's
Reaper.
The one.
That makes walk. I know it's not specifically designed for that. I get that.
Wait until your other one gets here.
It is so effortless to just. It's just.
Wait until your other one gets here. You're gonna be like, I'm done.
It's a very good spook rod, Andrew. I'm telling you, it's a very
good.
How was that good? Did I do all right there?
You did good.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It is because it clacks. So yeah,
it clacks.
You get a 10 out of 10 there.
But no, I'm excited for that because this little guy right here is money. I mean, I can't tell you how many redfish I've caught, trout,
Dude, I'll tell you what, if I had that in the wintertime for redfish when I was tournament fishing, I couldn't begin to tell you how many more fish I would have caught. I had come up to it, nose it, bump it, not eat it, just because it was just a little too big for them.
That's interesting. What's the weight on them? About the same?
Shoot, it's like 3/8 ounce. It's heavy.
What? For real?
Yeah.
This thing is pretty stout.
It's heavy.
Do they have a silent one?
Not yet. That one just came out.
So.
Either
It
way,
doesn't
I
say
don't
the weight
want
on
it.
the
It's just
package.
particular.
Yeah, I won't say it's like 3/8. It's heavy. No, it's going to throw.
Yeah.
It's going to get
throw.
distance.
Dang. Have you?
No,
have
that
you
thing ain't
definitely
no
done
joke.
that
When I saw that, I was like, I have to grab a couple of these. And I showed Andrew, and Andrew was like, wait, what?
yet? Yeah. I mean, and
It
you
is
got the right
3/8.
color too, bud. Freaking bone.
It is 3/8.
Yeah.
I like Okie Shad. Did they have one in Okie Shad?
Here, we'll bring it up real quick.
Yeah, bring
did
it
they
up.
have the Okie? I know I can't remember if they did or didn't. I wasn't a fan of a lot of their colors.
No,
Okie I do well with.
I
For
really
some
wasn't
reason, I
either.
don't
That's
I
a
almost
blue.
got Black Shiner.
Yeah. I almost got the bluegill.
Bone is just such
Yeah, they got Okie right there between the two
Yep.
purple.
Yep.
Bone
And-
is just such a traditional, you know what I mean? Like
Florida bass is another good one. I've done well on Florida bass.
No, that Okie right there. I didn't get the Okie. I wanted to get. I know the bone's going to work, so I got that to try it before I got
Yeah.
into. But
This
that
one looks
bluegill right
good.
there, that
Yeah.
bluegill.
Ooh.
it's nice opaque too. It's not
Ooh.
solid.
And it's got vertical lines. I like them
Yeah.
vertical lines. That's a classic.
I like
color.
the classic. Yeah, I just can't get away from that.
Black and chrome. But that Okie Shad, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Down south, yeah. Okeechobee, the canals down there. Money. It's like a little mullet looking,
I was gonna say I feel like that'd be really good in the freaking
like right now. Like,
from the beach. Are you kidding me?
yeah, right? It's picking off little jack and stuff, right? Little
Ooh.
bluefish and stuff.
Picking off little jack until that 100-pound tarpon grabs a hold of that joker.
It's 3K, right?
No, that's a good. That's
Yes, sir.
that.
Yeah, 3/8.
I mean,
what the heck?
Yeah,
I
that's
will
legit,
throw all
dude.
this stuff over anything that I feel could do a better job at the given time, just to pique my interest.
Yeah.
I'll die by it.
Yeah, spooks are fun. Spooks are fun. Scoops
Oh,
are,
they're great.
yeah, and they keep you engaged, you know?
So, and I never used to throw this one. I used to throw the Mirrodine Mirror Mullet.
Okay,
And
that's a good saltwater.
It's a similar size, different cadence, but
You throw those on bright days, blue days, the bright blue birds, stuff like that. Bright days, no wind, with wind,
yeah,
you know, but the bright days. So chrome and clear like that, bright days,
mhm.
Yeah.
bright
'Cause I
days.
asked them-
Never have nothing like that tied on in the mornings.
No.
You know, just
No. I always used to go with like when I threw mirror mullets, they were generally like a bone color underneath, like almost a white color, but with like
Right.
a green olive, and it was solid color. It wasn't
Yeah.
anything like clear.
Transparent, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
with bone, you can't go wrong, dude.
See, I remember I asked you, like, do you actually catch fish on that clear spook?
I
That's
did.
something I just don't throw or never really experimented with. And
so back in the day, we threw it
Okay.
on June and Placid when there was grass, when the water was clean,
Yeah, it's a
and
great
bright
freshwater
days and no
color.
wind. They come up and
Yeah.
knock that joker, dude. If you were from about that 5-foot mark out to that 9-foot mark around the shoreline,
right up in there. Yeah, well,
It's crazy
That's
how much they
never been
want it.
intense.
They leave their space to go get it.
dude, like this popper, man, I've seen him come up on the graph and crush it in 15 foot of water.
Yeah.
It's just that loud, you know. And the brush pile may only come up about 3 feet. And if they're on top and they're eating, they'll come up for it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
It does
Gentlemen,
for us, though. And it is
awesome.
late.
Appreciate y'all having me back on.
Of course,
You
Dave.
guys have any questions,
It'll be
guys
another
in the
month,
comments,
we'll be back.
have any questions, reach out. We'll get you set up, man.
Yeah. Reach out to
This is
me.
some of the
Dave,
stuff we
Andrew.
like to do, you know.
Yeah.
Myself, Joe, Andrew. It's our go-tos, man. You
Yeah,
guys
dude.
got them now.
Yeah.
If you guys need anything, baits, lures, where to go, how to get there, who to fish with, what to catch them on.
And before we go, Joe, guess what I did? I was in Placid Tuesday.
Is it complete?
No,
Is it?
it'll be for around the holiday season.
Oof, okay. I got some time.
It'll be around the holiday season. But I will say this: 2 guys came in looking for some big packages. So you got competition.
Dude. It's a
Word
good
is
thing,
out.
right?
There was competition on that big bulk. They literally walked in and said, "We don't want none of that small stuff." There was like he had a $75 one up there or something like that, or
I don't
he
know
had a big bucket. It was a bait bucket, is what it was.
Oh,
yeah.
And they said, "Oh, we don't want that small stuff. We want one of them big ones."
The minnow buckets.
Yeah, minnow buckets. There you go. That's what it was.
Guys, Lake Placid Marine has these. Real quick before we leave, has these mystery bags, buckets, all kind of stuff, guys. Good stuff, great lures, stuff that's going to work in the area. So if you're ever in Lake Placid, Florida, swing on by there, talk to Mike, whoever's there, Jacob, Mike, Jesse, DD, they're all help you out. Great store, great items.
And your reels are there at go see Mike for your reels.
You're the truth, Dave. I gotta go see Mike anyways. I might go check him out tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to go down there tomorrow morning real quick.
No. I'll call out of work. Where's Joe? He's got to get his Shimano's.
Hey, remember the Team America?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew would be like that actor guy at the end. He puts globs of hair on his face so he looks like Joe. Walks in there.
Hey, Joe, you shrunk a little bit,
Hey,
buddy.
Mike. How you doing, Mike? What's up, bro?
I'm done with you, Dave.
Oh,
You know, it wouldn't be a show if we didn't mute him once, guys.
Yeah, like one time for old time's sakes.
Once for everybody. No, Dave, appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. Guys do great, man.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Appreciate everybody. Hello to everybody in the comment section. Thank you all for checking in. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we really do, guys. Without you guys, NextFish isn't anything, and we appreciate all love, the support. The word's getting out, man. You know, I'm getting asked all the time about us, and I'm sure everybody else is too. Dave, Andrew, we're making waves. No pun intended.
Doing good.
We appreciate everybody. So until Tuesday, when me and Andrew are going to have some crazy stuff going on.
I got some cool videos.
Yeah, he's got some wild ones. Until then, guys, peace out. Hit us up in the comments if you guys need anything. Have a good night.
Peace.